Hello friends, today we discuss about inductance. Now, first of all, we already know that if there is change in the magnetic flux, then electric current induced, right? So, we already discussed about this concept. If there is change in the magnetic flux, then electric current produced. So, here friends, we can write that the magnetic flux phi b is directly proportional to current I, right? So here, if the magnetic flux is changed, then electric current produced. So here we can write that the magnetic flux phi b is directly proportional to current I. So here the proportional constant is known as inductance, right? So what is inductance? So inductance is the proportionality constant. So here the proportionality constant is known as inductance, right? So here the proportionality constant is known as inductance. So here we can write this inductance is equals to phi b upon I, right? So here if the proportionality constant is known as inductance, so here we can write that inductance is equals to magnetic flux, that is phi b upon current I. The unit of inductance is unit of flux, that is Weber per ampere, or you can say capital H, that is known as Henry, right? So the unit of the inductance is Weber per ampere, or you can say Henry. The dimensional formula of inductance is M1 L2 T minus 2 A minus 2, right? So we already know if there is change in flux, then electric current produced. So phi b proportional to I. So here the proportionality constant is known as inductance. So inductance phi b upon I. The unit of inductance is Henry or Weber per ampere. The dimensional formula M1 L2 T minus 2 A minus 2, right? Now friends, there are two types of inductance, that is mutual inductance and self inductance, right? So there are two types of inductance. First, that is mutual inductance, and the second one is self inductance, right? So there are two types of inductance. First one, that is mutual inductance, and second one, self inductance. So first of all, we discuss about mutual inductance. So now here we take one coil and we connect this coil with the galvanometer, like this. So here we connect one coil with the galvanometer, and we take another coil and we connect this coil with battery and key, right? So this is coil 1 and this is coil 2, right? Now if the current in coil 2 change, then we know that the flux link with coil 1 is changed, and if the flux is changed, then we know that the EMF induced, right? So if the current in coil 2 change, then the flux link with coil 1 change and EMF induced, right? We know this concept. If the current in coil 2 changes, then the flux link with this coil 1 also change and EMF induced, right? So we already this concept. Now if there are n numbers of turn, so here we can write this equation like this: n phi b directly proportional to current I, right? So if I say there are n numbers of turns, then you can say that n phi b directly proportional to I. So now see here friends, here the current in coil 2 change. So if the current in coil 2 change, then the flux link with this coil 1 also change. So here we can write this equation. Here current in coil 2 change. So instead of I, we have to write I2, and flux link with coil 1 change. So here from this equation, n phi b proportional to I, we can write like this: n1, right? Number of turns in coil 1. So n1 phi 1 proportional to I2, right? Because here the current in coil 2 change. So instead of I, we have to write I2. Then the flux link with coil 1 change. So here we have to write the flux of coil 1, that is phi 1. So from this equation, n phi b proportional to I, we can write like this: n1 phi 1 proportional to I2. Now we know that the proportionality constant is known as inductance. But here we discuss about mutual inductance. So this mutual inductance is denoted by capital N. So here we can write like this: n1 phi 1 is equals to m12 I2. This m12 is known as mutual inductance of coil 1 with respect to coil 2, right? So n1 phi 1 is equals to m12 I2, where m12 is known as mutual inductance. So here we can write like this: m12 is equals to n1 phi 1 upon I2. This is equation number 1, right? So here, if the current in coil 2 change, then flux link with coil 1 also change. That means EMF induced. So n1 phi 1 proportional to I2. So n1 phi 1 is equals to m12 I2, where m12 mutual inductance of coil 1 with respect to coil 2. So if we want to write this mutual inductance m12, then m12 is equals to n1 phi 1 upon I2. Now here EMF induced, and we already know the Faraday's law of induction, E is equals to minus n d phi by dt. So here to define the EMF, we have to take derivative of this equation: n1 phi 1 is equals to m12 I2. So here we denoted this equation by equation 1, and this is equation number 2, right? So here from equation number 1, here we take the derivative of equation number 1 with respect to time. So here we can write like this: n1 d phi 1 by dt. Here m12 constant, so di2 by dt. So here we take the derivative with respect to time, because we know that EMF is equals to minus n d phi by dt. So here we take the derivative of equation 1. So n1 constant d phi 1 by dt is is equals to M12 constant di2 by dt. But we know that EMF is equals to minus N d phi by dt. So here N1 d phi 1 by dt is known as here minus E, right? So N1 d phi 1 by dt is minus E, but here we are discuss about coil 1. So N1 d phi 1 by dt is minus E1 is equals to M12 di2 by dt. So here E1 is equals to minus M12 di2 by dt. So this is the equation of EMF of coil 1. Right? This is equation number 3. Same, you can derive like this: E2 is equals to minus M instead of 1 to 2 1 di1 by dt. Right? So same, you can derive this equation: E2 is equals to minus M to 1 di1 by dt. Right? So friends, this is discussion about the mutual inductance. Now here, if we want to define the mutual inductance, then see this equation, right? M12, that is mutual inductance of coil 1 with respect to coil 2, is equals to N1 phi 1 upon I2. So here we can define the mutual inductance like this: the flux linked with a coil of 2 coils per unit current in other coil is known as mutual inductance. Right? I repeat once again: the flux linked with one coil of 2 coils per unit current in other coil is known as mutual inductance. And second definition is like this from this equation. See this from equation number 3. If I say this di2 by dt, that means time rate of change of current. If I say the time rate of change of current is 1, then the induced EMF is known as mutual inductance. Right? So there are 2 definitions of the mutual inductance. First definition we can write from this equation number 2. Right? The flux linked with one coil of the 2 coil per unit current in other coil is known as mutual inductance. And second definition is from this equation number 3. If the if the time rate of change of current, or we can say di2 by dt, is equals to 1, then the induced EMF is known as mutual inductance. So if di by dt is equals to 1, then the induced EMF is known as mutual inductance. So here friends, now you have to write the 2 definitions of the mutual inductance. Right? So this is about the mutual inductance. Now we discuss about the formula of mutual inductance of 2 coaxial solenoids. Right? So now mutual inductance of 2 coaxial solenoids. Right? So we already discussed the concept of solenoid. Right? So here we take 2 coaxial solenoid like this. This is the first solenoid and this is the second solenoid. Right? So here there are 2 coaxial solenoid. The length of this solenoid is L. The radius of the first solenoid is R1 and the radius of second solenoid is R2, right? The number of turns in first solenoid is N1. The number of turns in second solenoid N2. The number of turns per unit length of solenoid 1 is small n1, and number of turns per unit length of solenoid 2 is known as small n2, right? So here the solenoid 1 having radius r1, number of turns n1, and turns per unit length is small n1, and this solenoid 2 having radius I2, number of turns n2, and number of turns per unit length is small n2, right? So now here we have to derive the equation of mutual inductance of two coaxial solenoid. So here we consider that the radius of solenoid 1 is R1, the number of turns of solenoid 1 is N1, and the number of turns per unit length of solenoid 1 is small n1. The number of turns of solenoid 2 is N2, radius of solenoid 2 is R2, and number of turns per unit length of solenoid 2 is small n2. Right? Now, here we have to derive the equation of mutual inductance. So first of all, here we already know the formula of mutual inductance. M12 is equals to N1 upon I2. So if I say the current passing through solenoid 1 is I2, then the flux in solenoid 1 is given by like this, N1 proportional to I2, right? So if current in solenoid 2 is I2, then flux in coil 1, or you can say solenoid 1, is given by N1 proportional to I2, right? So here N1 is equals to M12 I2. So M12 is given by N1 upon I2, right? We already derived this formula, right? So if current in solenoid 2 is I2, then flux for N1 proportional to I2. So N1 is equals to M12 I2. So M12 is equals to N1 upon I2. Now, here we know that the number of turns per unit length is small n, and we know that the number of turns per unit length small n is equals to capital N upon L, right? So here we can write N1. Here this is equation number 1. So here N1 is equals to small n1 into L, right? Because here the length is same, because the number of turns per unit length small n is equals to capital N by L. So capital N1 is equals to N1 into L. Flux phi 1. We know that flux phi is equals to BA, right? So we know the formula of flux, that means phi is equals to BA. Here the current is passing through coil 2, so here we have to consider the field of coil 2, right? Because here field is due to current. So phi is equals to BA. So phi 1 is equals to B2 into A1, right? So we already know the magnetic field for solenoid. B is equals to mu 0 Ni. So B2 is equals to mu 0 N2 I2, right? And area pi r square. So A1 pi r1 square. Here B is equals to mu 0 Ni, right? So phi 1 is equals to B2 into A1. B is equals to mu 0 Ni. So B2 mu 0 N2 I2. Area pi r1 square. So now from equation 1, from equation 1, M12 is equals to N1, that is small n1 into L, phi 1 mu 0 N2 I2 pi R1 square upon I2. So here I2 cancel. So M12 is equals to mu 0 N1 N2 pi R1 square L. That is equation number 2. Right? So here the mutual inductance of coil 1 with respect to coil 2 is mu 0 N1 N2 pi R1 square L. Now if I say the current in solenoid 1 is I1, then the flux in coil 2 is given by N2 phi 2 proportional to I1, right? So if current in solenoid number 1 is I1, then the flux N2 phi 2 proportional to I1. So here we can write like this: N2 phi 2 is equals to M21 I1. Right? So M21 is equals to N2 phi 2 upon I1. Right? Now N2, we know that small n is equals to capital N upon L. So n is equals to small n into L. So capital N2 is small n2 into L. Right? Phi 2, that is flux in coil 2. So phi 2 is equals to B1 into A1. Right? Because here we consider the flux is in the coil 1. So phi 2 is equals to B1 into A1 upon I1. So M21 is equals to small n2 into L. B is equals to mu 0 Ni. So B1 mu 0 small n1 I1 into area 1, that is pi R1 square upon I1. So here I1 cancel. So M21 is equals to mu 0 N1 N2 pi R1 square L. Right? That is mutual inductance of coil 2 with respect to coil 1. This is equation number 3. Right? Now see friends. Here M12 mu 0 N1 N2 pi R1 square L. M21 mu 0 N1 N2 pi R1 square L. So here from 2 and 3, M12 is equals to M21, and this is known as reciprocity theorem. Right? So here, see, here M12 is equals to M21. So this is known as the reciprocity theorem. Right? So here from equation number 2 and 3, M21 is equals to M12. So this equation is known as reciprocity theorem. Right? So the question will be like this: prove the reciprocity theorem, or you can say prove M12 is equals to M21. So friends, this is about the inductance and mutual inductance. Okay friends, thank you.